last session also for this subject. So let's start with the urinary system. So again, as a recap, urinary system is atong kidney, the pelvis, ureter, urinary bladder, and the urethra. So as we all know, the kidney functions to or is for the removal of excretory waste. So, iyang gina-maintain ang ato ang body fluids. And we have learned in our comparative the different kidney shapes. We have in carnivores, the small ruminants. In the large ruminant, we have internally multilobar. It's oval shape. In the swine, it's elongated and it's also a multilobar. In equine, diba, the right is always the heart is always right, left is bean. So meaning the right kidney is heart shape, left kidney is bean shape, but unilobar. So based on the number of renal lobes, so when we say unilobar, meaning isa siya ka lobe, kana siya. So one renal lobe, and take note, the apex of the medullary pyramid forms the renal crest here, which intimately contacts with the renal pelvis. So nani siya sa man, horse, carnivore, and small ruminants. When we say multilobar, kani siya, daghan siya lobes in a kidney. So there are many renal lobes in your kidney. So normally, the capsule of our kidney has two layers. You have an outer dense connective tissue and an inner loose connective tissue. So in some ruminants, like our carabao and our goat, nasa like three layers: the loose, the dense, and the loose. So tulo na siya: loose, dense, and loose. Okay? And this is what a kidney looks like sa microscope. So nakadinhi mo hang cortex, Munimong renal pelvis is this is a part of a medulla. So if you can see here, na siya yung mga rays, di ba? Mga white, mga striations. That's what we call the medullary rays. So kana siya are actually the tubules, the proximal and the distal straight tubules, and even the collecting ducts. So if we compare the two, we have the cortex and the medulla. So cortex, that's the outer part of the kidney. Medulla is the inner part. So si cortex, it's a granular in appearance due to the renal corpuscle. So what's pasabot sa renal corpuscles? You'll see that later on. The medulla, on the other hand, it has striated because of the renal tubules, the proxima, distal, the collecting tubules. So that's why striated iyahang appearance. Compared sa cortex nga, granular siya. Okay? And in the cortex, muna siya ang renal corpuscle, kaning circle. So it contributes to the granular appearance of our cortex. So you have the proximal, distal, juxtaglomerular, and the arc collecting tubules. So that's the renal corpuscle. And in a renal corpuscle, it's composed of a glomerulus, kaning nasa tunga. The Bowman's capsule, this is the lining, kani siya, kanang line, the outline. That's the Bowman's capsule. And then this one, muni siya ang mga distal and proximal convoluted tubules. So kani, again, that's your Bowman's capsule. This one here. This is the Bowman's space, kaning white. And this is your glomerulus. So kung maka-remember mo sa atong topic before with mga nephron, di ba? So from glomerulus, ato siya sa imong proximal, then ato siya sa imong collecting duct. So muna ni siya in real life. Okay? So this is your glomerulus. Ito din siya sa imong proximal convoluted tubule to your distal until sa mo to siya sa collecting duct and such. Then in the medulla, so since ma'am to sa cortex, so si medulla, remember, there is the loop of Henle, siya ang nalahi. So si medulla, that's why it's striated because of your loops of Henle. And take note, there is no renal corpuscle in your medulla. So this is the collecting duct nga itsura. So circle ra gid siya. And then you have a lumen in the middle. And take note, you also have the nephron and some collecting ducts. So si nephron, muna to siya. The renal corpuscle, proximal convoluted, loop of Henle, and the distal convoluted tubule. So you have already undergone this through sa gross anatomy and even sa comparative. So again, the renal capsule, kani siya, here, Mato din siya sa imong proximal convoluted tubule, then to your loop of Henle, and then going down to your distal. So dinhi naatay ginatawag nga macula densa. So that's where the tubule re-enters the cortex. Kaya di ba si collecting duct mo siya og medulla. So pag mobalik na siya sa cortex, moagi siya sa imuhang macula densa. And then the collecting tubules. So this is the blood supply of the kidney. So you have here the renal artery. So interlobar, arcuate, interlobular, afferent, glomerulus. So gabalik-balik ra ang mga names ana. It just differs in is it an artery or a vein. Then this is the renal corpuscle. So katong kagaina. So it has two components, your glomerulus, kanina sa center, and the glomerular or your Bowman's capsule. Okay? And then in also naadin hipod ang juxtaglomerular apparatus. So muna siya ang mga cells that secrete the hormone renin. Kinsa man ning si renin, muna siya ang regulate sa ato ang mga blood pressure. Okay? In your proximal convoluted, take note that it's lined with a simple pyramidal epithelium and naa siya'y microvilli or brush borders. And part of the nephron that most easily is affected pag naay mga disease or toxin. So that's your proximal convoluted tubule. The loop of Henle, so always good na siya distinct niya characteristics. It's a hairpin-like structure. So it starts at the cortex, then descends to your medulla. So since kani siya 1, 2, 3, and 4, kani 1, 2, 3, and 4. So meaning ana, you start with the thick descending limb, thin descending limb, thin ascending limb, and thick ascending limb. Okay? So from descending, then isa ka siya balik, so munang ascending siya. And the distal convoluted, so it's lined with a simple cuboidal epithelium and the lumen is more distinct. Pero wala siya any microvilli or brush border. So technically, our distal convoluted tubule has no absorptive function. So iyaharaging main role is just to pump your sodium ions out of the lumen. And this is mediated by the hormone aldosterone. And then in your collecting ducts, so you have three types, the arc, the straight, and the papillary duct. So these are the substances secreted by our kidney. You have your erythropoietin, your calcitrol, prostaglandin, o katong kagaina si renin. So muna siya ang regulate sa imuhang blood pressure. Going to your renal pelvis or calyces, so nanata din hiya. So you have, when you say pelvis, it's unilobar. Calyces, it's multilobar. So the lining is transitional epithelium. In the horses, they have a tubuloalveolar gland causing the frothy urine sa ilaha. Ureter, on the other hand, so in mammals, it's transitional. Pero sa mga fish, reptiles, and amphibians, it's simple columnar. Sa turtle, it's pseudostratified columnar. And take note, walay goblet cells sa imuhang amphibians. Okay? So if you can see here, di ba ang iyahang lumen, dili siya full circle. So it's a characteristic of the ureter nga it has an irregular lumen with thick walls. Mo nang ingana siya. Okay? So transitional siya in your mammals. Once there is urine passing through, modulate din siya to accommodate it. Urinary bladder. So again, it's also a transitional epithelium. So it's highly folded, tunica mucosa, para mo allow pug distend ang imuhang lumen. And in the urethra, sa male, so na siya pelvic part, na siya penile part. So sa pelvic part, it's still transitional. And in your penile part, it's also transitional. Okay? So sa penile part, muna ning nana siya sa penis dapit, diri nga urethra. The pelvic part, it's still in your pelvic cavity. So, kani, that's your urethra here. Kana, this one, that's your urethra. So, dili gyud siya perfect circle ang imuhang lumen, ana. Okay? And in the female, so muna siya, it's shorter than males, but it's still transitional, but replaced by a stratified squamous non-keratinized at the orifice. So here. And if you can see here, compared sa ato ang male, di ba na siya'y ospenis? So pag-abot sa female, wala na siya'y ospen, of course, di ba? So ulay ospenis ang female. Then lastly, the urinary system. So we have two types, the cortical and your medullary nephron. So when you say cortical nephron, manini siya sa mga reptiles. Medullary, it's for the mammalian. So sa mga reptiles, they have small renal corpuscles. In mammalian, they have large renal corpuscle. Now, the difference, walay loop of Henle ang atong mga reptilian. Okay? So it's replaced by an intermediate tubule instead of a loop of Henle. Okay? So sa ureter nila, kung kita transitional sila, it's a pseudostratified columnar. So this one, kana. So di ba, pseudostratified siya. Kani mas clear. And it's columnar in shape. Okay, so that's for our urinary system. So I hope naka-follow tanan. Is it clear? Nasabtan ra for urinary system, so we can move to the next. Okay. So reproductive system. So let's start with the male. So again, balikta, testes, genital duct, accessory penis. So mudyo na ang mga main organs of the reproductive sa male. So si testes, always remember nga na siya duha ka function, exocrine and endocrine. Yang exocrine function mo produce siya spermatozoa. Yang endocrine function mo secrete siya og testosterone. And it descends to a specialized pouch of skin. We call that the scrotum. So sa isa ka testis kani, you have here kaning pink, muna siya ang tunica albuginea. Muna siya ang capsule sa imong testis. It's a dense irregular connective tissue. Then kaning white nga mga outline, kana siya, those are your septula testis. So muna siya ang mga interlobular septa. So gina siya ang mga borders sa every lobule. For example, this is one lobule, this is one lobule, another lobule. So siya ang nasa in between that. And then, dinhin na to makita si Leydig cells. Kita na si Leydig cells. Muna siya ang ga-secrete sa testosterone. Okay? So, even though its name is lady, more siya lady, pero male siya. For the male function siya. Siya ang ga-produce of testosterone. And take note, your bore has the most abundant nga mga Leydig cells because they produce much testosterone. So here, the Leydig cells often display crystals of rank, which unknown iyahang function. So dikari siya, crystals of rank. Then these are your Leydig cells. Kana. Okay? Then, so muna ni siya imong lobuli testis or the lobules. So dinhian na to makitaan ang seminiferous tubules. So kana mga seminiferous tubules, that's the basic functional unit of your male reproductive system. So dinhia makita nato ang mga spermatogenic cells and sustentacular or the Sertoli cells. So in a seminiferous tubule, this is your lumen kani. Then muna imuhang germinal epithelium kani the whole kani siya, the whole surrounding. So that's your germinal epithelium. Si Leydig cells muni kating nasa gawas, nara siya sa septula. So in your germinal epithelium, naman din si Sertoli. So dinhi pod ka-develop ang mga sperm. So ang sperm di ay dinhina sila sa imuhang germinal epithelium gaka-develop. And then once nga okay na sila for release, munang moato na sila sa imuhang lumen. Just like this one, kani. Kung makabantay mo, medyo clear siya dinhi compared ani. So kani, those are the tails of the sperm. Pag-abot dinhi, meaning wala pa kaayoy much sperm nga gaka-produce. So ingana po na siya o mechanism ang ato ang mga seminiferous tubules. And you also have what we call the myoid cells. So it surrounds the tubule. So during contraction, so iyang ipropel ang spermatozoa and fluid. They also synthesize collagen and other fibers of our connective tissue. So in a spermatogenic cells, so katong germinal epithelium, so you'll have different development stages of a sperm. So giunsa di pag-form sa atong sperm. So it starts with the spermatogonia, mahimo din siyang primary spermatocyte, secondary spermatocyte, then mahimo siyang spermatid. So yung mga spermatids, muna siya ang mga baby sperms. Okay? So you have an early spermatid and a late spermatid. Until sa mature siya, mahimo siyang spermatozoa. Okay? So in here, this is your spermatogonia, kani. Then mahimo din siyang primary spermatocyte. Like for example, kani siya. Then a secondary, then your spermatids, kani. So mga baby sperms pa na siya. And then mahimo din siyang spermatozoa. So, in a spermatozoa, muna ni siyang nana siya diri dapit sa lumen. Okay? So, for example, kani, so that's the head of the sperm, that's the tail of the sperm. Okay? So, I hope na-gets na ninyo. So, again, spermatogonia, then muni mong primary spermatocyte, then mahimo siyang spermatid, hantod sa mahimo din siyang spermatozoa. And once nga pagawas na siya, i-eject na siya, so you have your myoid cells dinhi para mo contract to release those sperms out. Okay? So your Sertoli cells again are located in our germinal epithelium. And take note, there is what we call antiparamesonephrine hormone. So kana siya, iyahang ginasuppress ang development of the female genital ducts in your biological males. So there is a theory saying we all start as a male, kita tanan. So during development pa, early stage, male pa ta. Then once na naning hormone, if you are really biologically male, mo release siya hormone so that masuppress ang development sa female reproductive or female genital. But if you are genetically female, so wala siya anti-paramesonephrine hormone. So meaning tuloy-tuloy ang development sa mga female genital ducts. So muna siya ang explanation behind. Then this is what we call the tubuli recti. So from the seminiferous, ang sperm, manhidin siya sa tubuli recti. Then the mediastinum testis is here, kana siya. So that's also where mag-converge ang tanan ng mga na-collect from all seminiferous or from all the lobules. So mura siya og highway kumbaga. So mga barangay road dinhi. So tanan nga na-collect nila nga ato mo sa mediastinum testis. Para mo ato na din sila sa ato ang epididymis. Okay? So in here, you have different ducts. So efferent duct, epididymis, vas deferens, and your urethra. So the difference between the three, in your efferent duct, you have their alternating patches of simple cuboidal and simple columnar ciliated. Then, kung non-ciliated siya, meaning ang iyahang purpose is mo reabsorb siya testicular fluid. Pag ciliated siya, iyahang purpose is iyahang i-propel ang mga immobile sperm. So, kanang mga immobile sperm kanang dili ka move kana siya. So, especially sa epididymis where they gain the ability to swim. Kay once magud ma-release na siya sa seminiferous tubules ang imong mga sperm, di pa man na siya like fully ready to bakbakan. So, kailangan pa rin mo na siya i-store sa imong epididymis, di ba? Remember? So, naiuban nga medyo PWD pa, naiuban nga di pa kalakaw, di pa ka-swim ng mga sperm. So, muna mga ciliated sa sila mo assist padong sa epididymis. Then, your epididymis na kay stereocilia and the vas deferens. So, muna ni siya ang ejaculatory ducts. Okay, so this is your epididymal duct here. Kana, so dinhaa mo gawas ang mga sperm. That's your stereocilia. This is the lumen of your epididymis. And then in the vas deferens or the ductus deferens, take note natin mga smooth muscles din ha. So once na ay moment of climax, you know that. So during a powerful spasm, contract na ang mga walls sa imong ductus deferens, causing the actual ejaculation of the semen. So remember na kay circular smooth muscle napakay longitudinal. So medyo full force sila. Manang grabe ang pag-eject niya as a pressure because of the powerful spasms of your wall. Then your prostate, so naa kay two zones, the central zone at three, transitional and the peripheral zone. So kanina sa tunga, that's your transitional, central ang yellow, peripheral ang brown. So that's the prostate. And Kani siya, very common si prostate cancer, di ba? So, especially for males. So, pag naay mga prostate cancer, prostate ng mga tumors, so nga niyang itsura. So, nodular. So, you can no longer see the lumen or even glands. So, kung na gid siya tanan, block na siya. And then, going last to the penis. So, di ba, you have your corpus cavernosa and corpus spongiosum. So, corpus cavernosum kaning CC, corpus spongiosa kaning CS. So, um, okay. So in here, if we're gonna compare the vascular penis and the fibrous, again, pag vascular, once there is erection, increase in size, increase in diameter. Ang fibrous only increase in height but not the diameter. So, ang ilahang tunica albuginea, it's thin in vascular, it's thick in fibrous. Sa corpus cavernosum, medyo less ang mga vascular compared sa mga fibrous. And lastly, the scrotum. So there is a dermis called tunica dartus or the dartus fascia. Okay? And ang mga horse, I don't know if kita na mo scrotum sa horse, in actual, medyo shiny gyud ang ilahang scrotum. Why? Because they have large sebaceous gland and sweat glands, giving that shiny appearance ilahang mga scrotum. In the female, you have your ovary. So they are for oviproduction and take note of the hormone estrogen. So na kay cortex, na kay medulla, and in between, there are what we call the follicles. So in the ovarian cortex, dapat sila germinal epithelium. Okay? So muna siya yung germinal epithelium. So for example, nalapat na din kanina sa borderline. So ang imuhang medulla, kaning nasa tunga niya. So, mura po siya og kidney, cortex medulla. And your medulla, it's only for nerves, lymphatic, large blood vessels. So, more ang mga follicles yun na siya sa cortex. So, these are your ovarian follicles. So, you have 5 developmental stages. So, kinsa man ni sila. Number 1 is your primordial. So, ang kaning mga primordial, kani siya, so that's the oocyte and your follicular cells surrounding it. Then, after primordial, mo develop siya pagka-primary follicle. So, mahimo na siyang primary oocyte and then, ang iyahang follicular cells pod, managhan ang layers. And there is also what we call a theca cells. It's a capsule made of connective tissue. After that, mahimo na din siyang growing or antral follicle. So dinhi daghan na siya na siya primary oocyte, follicular cells, and there is what we call an antrum. Ang antrum kani siya, that's the space between the oocyte and your follicular cells. And of course, nagihapon si thecal cells. And then the graphian, muna ni siya ang mature nga follicle. So na siya 6 layers. So you have your zona pellucida, corona radiata, cumulus oophorus, antrum, membranosa granulosa, and the theca folliculi. So for example, kani, this is already a mature follicle. So kaning nasa sulod, the oocyte, then your zona pellucida, corona radiata, and your antrum. Antrum gani space na siya. Okay? So corona radiata, more siya crown niya din ha. The zona pellucida, it's more siya ga-surround sa imuhang oocyte. So always remember that one. And then the athletic follicle, kani siya, the follicle did not go ovulation. So mura siya o kanang reject. So muna ang ginatawag na athletic. So as you can see here, wala jud kaayo siya clear demarcation of your oocyte. So degenerating siya, collapse siya, irregular siya. So unviable siya. So muna nga later on, ma-shrink na din siya and then dili gid siya, mo-collapse siya. So that's what we call an athletic follicle. So for some female who have problems with pregnancy, actually mo pud niyang ginatan-aw if daghan ba kayo athletic follicles. Meaning dali ra nga mga follicles nga na-degenerate, dili gid siya functional. And then on the genital ducts, you have 2 fallopian tubes, a uterus, and vagina. So fallopian tubes na to, ingani, They are simple columnar ciliated. So very narrow ang ilahang lumen and folded. That's not folder, folded. So, di ba, regular ka ilahang lumen, pero nga na ang lumen sa fallopian tube. Okay, so for example, kani, that's the lumen of your fallopian tube. And again, it has a ciliated columnar epithelium. So take note of this. This is what we call a secretory peg cell. Kani siyang diri, ah. So kanang mga peg cells, sila ang mocapacitate sa spermatozoa because once magud masudlan kag sperm, it would still stay there inside you for how many days. So mo nang naiuban nga maka unwanted pregnancy ang mga dogs nato because the sperm can still survive inside even after how many days from mating. So, muna siya ang mga peg cells, sila ang hatag og nutrients, ga-maintain sa sperm inside to survive. Para inig ready na ang egg, it's mature enough, pwede na din niyang, or fertilized enough, pwede na din niya ma-penetrate sa sperm. So uterus, this is the site of implantation. So you have endometrium, myometrium, and perimetrium. So endometrium, if you're familiar with endometriosis, di ba? So kana siya, muna siya, inflammation of your endometrium. Then myometrium, kani, myoma, kana siya. Perimetrium, so part na sila tanan sa imuhang uterus. Okay? So, munang medyo lisod ang pregnancy if you have problems with either endometriosis or myoma. Kay mumago na siya ang site of implantation sa zygote. So if defective siya, dili ka-develop ang imuhang zygote or the fertilized ovum. Okay, and then the cervix. So muna siya ang border, cervix and vagina. So you have simple columnar ciliated with goblet. And then in pregnancy, this also produces a mucus to form the cervical plug. And lastly, the vagina. So it's a stratified squamous non-keratinized. So di ba kung makabantay mo, lahi gid sila og epithelium when it comes to the vagina versus the cervix. So how do we know nga in heat, fertile, pwede na mabridan, mamit ang atong mga pets? So usually, muning ginatawag nga mga stages. So you have proestrus, estrus, metastrus, diestrus, and anestrus. So pag mag-vaginal swab mo, later on in your higher year subjects, so mag-vaginal swab, so dito ninyo ma-check if unsa na siya nga stage sa iyahang estrus cycle. Pwede na ba siya ma-breed or dili pa pwede or in heat na ba siya or dili pa or going there. So magkuha kag swab sa vagina, stain nimo siya and it would look like sample ingani. Okay? So natay table para dali siya mahibaw-an. So muni siya ang mga cells usually nga makitaan. So pag an estrus gani ang imuhang patient, usually it's just parabasal and neutrophil. If proestrus, muni siya na kay cornified, na kay intermediate, parabasal, and even erythrocyte. So naay presence of blood. Estrus, muna ni siya ang annular, napod kay cornified. And mag-diestrus, na siya parabasal and start sa mga neutrophil. So, muna siya ang proestrus. So, as you can see, na siya mga RBCs, na kay mga epithelial cells and cornified cells or pycnotic ang iyahang nucleus. Then, estrus, so ingan iyahang itsura. So, puros mga pycnotic. O anuclear, walay mga nucleus ang cells. Diestrus, na kay makit-an start ng mga neutrophil. And, wala ko yung anestrus. So, muna siya, it's a start nga dili kaayo less chances of pregnancy if ma-mate nimo siya. Once makakita kag neutrophil. Then in your avian, so always remember only the left ovary is retained in your avian sa itong mga chickens. So during embryonic development, so 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 nagapon siya primary, growing. So the same gihapon siya na oocyte, na kay theca, but this time wala siya antrum. Instead na siya yolk. Okay? So ang sa ilaha lang, once you say atretic, meaning this nag-degenerate na siya nga follicle due to unviability and dili siya ma-develop into an egg. Okay, and then kanid, it's just a recap. So when you say infundibulum, it's a site of fertilization. Magnum, dini ang masecrete ang albumin or the egg white. Isthmus, the shell membrane. Uterus, muna siya ang produce sa eggshell and the vagina. So as you can see, the sperm can be stored in the vagina for 21 days. So nga nakadugay. Lastly, the eye and ear. So, ang atong mata, na siya 3 layers. So, your external fibrous layer, middle vascular layer, and the inner sensory layer. So, when you say gani nga external fibrous layer, ang iharag yung function is that it gives shape to the eye and also protects it from any nga mga foreign bodies. So, gina-protect niya whatever is inside. Ang middle or the second vascular layer, it's responsible for nourishing the eye, okay? And also with the light refraction. And lastly, the inner sensory layer, this is more of siya ang ga-convert sa light into a nerve signal. So you call that process phototransduction. So everything light nga mo enter sa ato ang eyes, siya ang mo process ana and convert it into a nerve signal. So here, it's a more detailed. So na kay sclera cornea. So that's under your external. Choroid ciliary and iris sa middle. And the pigmented and the neural sa imuhang internal. Okay? So in your fibrous, so katong cornea and sclera, so this sclera is opaque, dense connective tissue. The cornea is transparent and completely avascular. So kung makabantay mo, wala gid siya much structures inside. Then silimbus, that's your transitional junction din hiya. Okay? So in your cornea, you have 5 layers. Your epithelium, Bowman's membrane, your stroma, kani, the cement's membrane, and your endothelium. So dinhi sa endothelium niya, gina-activate ang sodium-potassium pump to maintain the hydration and transparency. Then you also have the aqueous humor and the limbus. So ang kuana ni is that munang lubricated ang eye, for example, it is produced in your ciliary. Okay? So from the ciliary, moadto din siya to the pupil sa anterior chamber. Then mo drain din siya sa imong trabecular meshwork. Kani siya. So it's in your sclera. So this is also what we call the canal of Clem. And kana siya, once manggod na ay, for example, blockage, dinhiya siya sa, diri sa meshwork or obstruction, mag-build up ang, or magpundo ang mga fluid or the aqueous. So once nga magpundo sila, saka ang pressure. Muna ang gakakos og glaucoma. Okay? So muna nga ma-block man niya ang imuhang ang iyahang, for example, the canal of Sclem. So since it's a draining area, so once na ay blockage din so magpundo ang tubig, mutaas ang pressure, kay wala nakagawas, muna mag-cause og glaucoma. And usually, vision loss, retinal damage, ingana. Vascular tunic, you have your choroid and ciliary body. So si choroid, it's a well vascularized loose connective tissue. And ang melanin, this prevents internal light scattering inside. So present po siya inside your choroid. Then your ciliary body here, it's a muscular component. So ang iyahang ginakuan is that it allows the eye to focus at different distances. And you call that accommodation. Okay? So kanang nga process, you call that accommodation, like accommodation. So muna siya, accommodation. So that's the process in which the eye is allowed to focus at different distances. Diba? Makakita ka sa far, and even if near siya, makafocus ra pud ka. Diba? Then the ciliary process here, kani siya. So it's a ridge covered by a double-layered epithelium that secretes the aqueous humor. So katong kagaina. Then in the iris and pupil dynamics, so the iris is the colored part of our eye that controls much of how much the light enters. So natay duha ka muscle groups, the sphincter pupillae and the dilator pupillae. So ang sphincter pupillae, the smooth muscle fascicle near the pupil. So when it contracts, the pupil constricts, and we call that meiosis. Okay? Pag ang dilator pupillae pod ang mo-constrict, mo-widen ang pupil, this is called mydriasis or dilation. So think about the camera, kanang lens sa camera, di ba? So once mo capture siya, mo open, mo close ba na ang iyahang aperture. So inga na pod ang ato ang iris. So mo dilate siya to open, and mo dilate and mo contract siya. So muna siya ang mo constrict ang pupil. Then the lens and the vitreous body. So sa lens nato, ingani siya. So it's a vascular biconvex and highly elastic. So this is the capsule here, muni ang cortex, this is the nucleus and the zonular fibers. And the vitreous or katong water, so 99% siya present in our eyes. So you have there a capsule and also your epithelium. So the vitreous body fills the posterior chamber. So when it's 99% water in a gel-like matrix. Then the neural layer, so we have the retina. So the concept is the retina is an outpost of the central nervous system. So ang light, once it gets inside your eyes, it must pass through all the neural layers before siya mo hit sa photoreceptors dinhi. Okay? So pabali siya. So for some, unahon sa ang receptor before ang mga layers. But this time, bali. So, mo-pass through sa siya sa tanan layers, photoreceptor, then balik. So, yan na siya. So, here, you have pigmented epithelium, so it absorbs the scattered light, itong melanin. So, these are the 10 layers of your retina. So, again, the light enters all the 10, then the photoreceptor na pa sa ubos. Then accessory, we have conjunctiva and eyelid. So si conjunctiva, it's a transparent mucosa with blood cells. So muni siya ang ka-contribute og mucus sa atong mga tears. Ang eyelid nato, your orbicularis oris also supports the eye, and your meibomian gland. So it produces surface lipid para dili mag-evaporate imuhang tear film or dili ka mag-dry eyes. Then on the ears, so we have three zones: external ear, middle ear, and internal ear. So sa external ear, it receives the sound waves from the environment. Ang middle ear, yung i-convert ang wave into fluid. And then the internal ear, siya ang mag-transduce sa mga fluid to nerve impulse. So, dirita, take a look at here. So, na red din hanga dot. So, napata sa external dapit, kani siya. So, in that area, there is what we call an external acoustic meatus. So, muni siya iyahang epithelium as stratified squamous. You have some hair follicles and ceruminous gland. So, muni siya ang produce sa imuhang cerumen, kanang earwax na. So kanang earwax is actually provides antimicrobial protection. Pero once nga excessive na siya og production sa imong earwax, muna makakos og otitis or infection in our pets. Munang regularly dapat pud siya gina-clean para dili mag-build up. Then from there, ang wave sa sound mosulod siya sa imong middle ear. So dinhi din siya sa imong tympanic membrane. So once nga muhit ang sound waves dira sa tympanic membrane, mo vibrate na siya, and transfers the energy into your ossicles or mga small bones sa ato ang ear. Okay? And then from there, naaday ni siya si bony labyrinth and your membranous labyrinth. So si bony labyrinth is the outer shell, so ang bony area. Ang membranous muna siya ang sulod. Okay? So ang bukog ug ang unod sa imong labyrinth. So take note, the fluid of your bony is perilymph, the fluid of your membranous is endolymph. And then from there is also what we call the maculae. So kana siya ga-detect sila gravity via your otoliths on the resting on our hair cells. So your hair cells, usually mga columnar cells with stereocilia or kana siya, they sit on a sensory layer and above them is your otoliths or mga mineralized crystals. So when you tilt your head or kanamitong for example mag-backflip or unsa ba din ha, the gravity pulls the heavy otoliths to a specific direction. So kana nga shift in your membrane bends the hair cells stereocilia and mo trigger siya og nerve signal that tells your brain which way is down. So basically mura siya og accelerometer. So for example, mag-bend ka dinhi ana. So mo nang makabalupod kang ay mo ni siya ang ubos because iyahang i-trigger og signal ang nerves or kanang kanang mga tricks nga nana imong ulo sa ubos kanay nga na. So mga gymnastics kana siya. So naa pa gyapon ang sense of balance niya because of your maculae. So siya ang ga-detect asa ang gravity. Okay? Cochlea. So this is ano siya diri sa tunga sa labyrinth. So the cochlea spirals 2.5 thirds around. So naa kay kani siya your scala vestibuli and imuhang modulus or the central hub. Okay? So ang organ of Corti rests on the basilar membrane within the cochlear duct. So you have your inner hair cells and your outer hair cells. So sa inner hair cells, muna sila ang responsible, more likely like a primary sensory cell nga responsible to transmit auditory signals to the brain. Your outer hair cells, kani sila, si group B, they are more of supporting lang. Okay? So ang primary gyud nga mo transmit og auditory signal is the inner hair cells. So nana sila sa imuhang organ of Corti. Then those hair cells, ingani yung itsura, so it's letter V. So nganong V siya? Because in the development along the way, mawala magud inong mga kinocilium. Okay? So the cochlear hair cells lose their single kinocilium during development, leaving only a V-shaped nga stereocilia bundle. Okay? So muna siya ang naka-difference sa ila. So if we compare macula and the organ of Corti or the cochlea, so si maculae more of gravity, linear. Ang hearing and frequency detection, dito gina siya sa organ of Corti. It's in your inner ear na siya. And then, naay kinocilium ang maculae. Sa organ of Corti, wala sila kinocilium mo ng V-shape ilahang mga itsura. Okay? So, that ends our discussion for this semester. Any questions and clarification? Wala ra? Nasabtan? Naka-follow ra ang tanan? Okay, naay isa nakasabot, naay duha nakasabot. Okay, very good. Okay, so now, since this is our last discussion for this semester, so humana ta sa veterinary histology. Congratulations for finishing strong despite the trials and tribulations. So this will also be, since this is our last discussion, so take note sa ato ang written revalida, it would be on March 21 because March 20 is a holiday, this Friday, so like klase. So we're gonna move it into a Saturday, 7, ay, na-change yung mga reaction, nawala mga heart. So it's gonna be on Saturday, 7 p.m. Okay, so March 21. So please take note of the date. And then P3 exam schedule would be on March 27. The rest of the schedules will be posted tonight after this class. So I'll be posting the schedule for your P3 exam. So you can also plan your trips before Holy Week. So since this will be the last session and the last subject that I will be handling in your batch, finally graduate na gusto yung batch. So I'll see you again when you are already on your sixth year, hopefully a sixth year, 3 years from now or more. So I'll just leave you with a message nga I hope would really help you as you continue your vetmed journey even nga wala na mo under sa ako nga subject. So you'll never feel 100% ready. There will always be a time, di ba, feel ninyo, di po ko ready mo take of exam, di ko ready nga ni nga na. So yes, you'll never feel 100% ready because readiness is not a feeling. So it's a decision. So dili gid siya, you will really never feel ready because it's a decision. It's not a feeling. So what do I mean when I say decision? A decision to study even when motivation is gone, a decision to continue when the work feels heavy and endless. Murag, revalida diri, revalida dito, lab manual diri, lab manual dito, di ba? A decision to embrace the struggles as part of your growth. So, dili man jud sayon ang vetmed, wala man jud sayonan unless naman siguro di na ba diri as sa inyo ha. So it's really part of the growth nga you really have to embrace the struggles as a student. A decision to have faith in every small step forward. So also celebrate your small wins. Bahalag correct kag isa ka question out of 10. So kana or naka-finish kag isa ka PowerPoint. So those are small steps that you also have to take faith. And lastly, a decision to rest when needed, knowing that pause is part of your journey. So, third year, nahuman na nyo ang third year, fourth year, fifth year, sixth year, mas level up yun ang mga problems and struggles, ana. So, this is more like a preparation period for what's about to come on the next years. So, never forget to take a pause or to rest. Okay? So, dili yun sala nga matulog, dili sala nga magpahulay. So never feel guilty about that because even a pause is still part of the journey. Kung dili na kaya, tulog. Kung gikapoy na ka, then take a break. So you really have to balance. Dili lang ninyo sige o i-frustrate inyong self sa mga academics. And again, I'll never feel 100% ready because readiness is not a feeling, it's a decision. So, a decision to prepare today for a life that you may one day save in the future. So, have faith that when your moment comes, God will meet your preparation with purpose and you are becoming exactly who you are meant to be. So, di ba, buhay ay di karera, matod pa sa bini. So it's really not a race. And just really trust the process mo. Whatever you are going through right now, God will meet you where you are. Diba? So, kana siya, you are becoming exactly who you are meant to be. And it all starts with a decision. So, nalagi na sa inyo ha. Dok, maka fourth year ba ko? Maka fifth year ba ko? It's in you. Nalagi na mo decision kung magpadayon ka or magpadala lang kasi yung imong kakulba, sa imong doubts sa imong self. Okay? So, I hope and I pray and I wish you all the best for the next year. So, congratulations for finishing third year. Okay, so 3 years or more to go. So, I hope to see you in your senior clinicians. And I know kaya na ninyo. Your batch is a strong batch. So, daghan kayog maayo. All of you have a lot of potential. So, when I have faith also in your batch nga malahutay jud mo. Basta kay padayon lang. Ay jud mo pagpadala sa inyong mga doubts sa inyong self. Okay? So, thank you again. Good luck. And since this is our last, so napod tayo first and last quiz. Okay. Sa mga kagutan sa inyong quizzes. So, For your last quiz, I will be sending the link in the chat box of this Google Meet. So take note ha, dili na ko ni siya i-post sa Google Classroom. So diri ra ni siya sa Google Meet chat. So once ma-send na ko, please do access it and then you can leave the Google Meet so I would know kung kinsa pa ang wala naka-access. Okay? So again, it's in the chat box. I will send it in the chat box and not in the Google Classroom. So this is only good for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, mag-cut off na dayon or ma-close na ang Google form. So please do access